Welcome back to the Bare Naked Podcast. Hi, I'm Kai. And today we have Queen from Queen Q's Corner on Twitch. And she is being a part of our Bare Ambition series where we are talking to streamers, small business owners, side hustlers, content creators, and we are flipping lights focus to behind the camera to see what really goes in to all of these dreams that we all probably have at least a tiny ounce of. Um, Queen is a braider and a streamer. So we are going to be getting her input and just back life on how she feels about everything and what all goes into everything that she is working on. Hi, Queen. How are you?
I'm nervous, but I'm good.
Okay. I guess let's start with the braiding aspect because I don't know. I like your little specialty, so we can talk about that first.
Okay.
Um, how long have you been braiding? Like, not even just like business wise,
Mm,
just in general.
since my teen years,
Yeah.
probably preteen, like I learned at a very young age how to braid.
Okay. Did you learn doing other people or did you learn doing yourself?
Mannequin heads.
Mm.
Like when my mom used to braid my hair, then my aunt started braiding my hair, and then I was like, well, I want to learn how to do it. And then my brother's girlfriend had bought me a mannequin head. She was in school or whatever, and she bought me a mannequin head, and it came so easy because I was so used to seeing it. Because
Yeah.
it's been around me my whole life. My mom used to braid my hair. She wasn't that good, but as far as my aunts on my dad's side,
Yeah.
everybody braided hair. So I grew up seeing it. So once I got the mannequin head, it was easy. Like I caught
Right.
on real easy.
Okay. Um, when did it switch from just kind of like doing it for fun to maybe like doing it for business a little bit?
After high school, well, in high school we had like the career fairs,
Mm-hmm.
and the school that I went to was actually one of the vendors there, and I was like, I think I want to go to school to do. I wanted to just braid, and I thought like in my head, you need a license to braid. You need a license to be in a shop. In reality, you don't. You need a license to do chemicals, and you can shampoo, condition, blow dry, and braid. You don't have to have a license for that. I don't know how it is now because
Yeah.
times have changed. But when I was in high school, you could braid without a license. But I didn't know that. So I went to school and I learned stuff that I really don't use to this day because I tried to dye my hair a week or two ago and it didn't come out right. So school was pointless. I'm in a little debt because of school, but
Yeah.
that's when it like career wise kicked in like in high school.
Okay. And then so just to take a little brief pit stop because you had said the thing about like school was pointless and you're in debt because of it. This is a freaking topic that I get like super, I guess you could say, passionate on because I feel like a lot of people, especially like people who are probably in their like mid to late 20s and up, I feel like we're all super taught that like you have to go to school to be successful. Like you
Hmm.
have to go to school to know anything, learn anything, do anything that is gonna be successful. And I am a firm believer on that is not the case. That like
It's not.
school can sometimes, like everything's not for everybody, and school is definitely one of those things where it's like there's a lot of people who go to school, spend all this money, and then they do something that's completely different.
Yeah.
It might not even be different, but what they went to school for doesn't even it's not even required for like what they're
Hmm.
doing.
Hmm.
um I'm also a firm believer in take a little break if you need a little break, because a lot of people are like,
Right.
no, like I just finished high school, I got to keep going or I'm not going to go back. If you don't
Hmm.
go back, you wasn't meant to go back. Like
Exactly.
it's just what it is, and you can always go later in
Yeah.
life. Like it doesn't have to be
Like
right then and there.
I have four kids, and at first when I first had them, because I was brought up like go to college,
Yeah.
get a degree, but like learning from them, like school itself
Yeah.
is not for every kid.
Right.
Because some of my kids struggle, some of them excel in certain subjects, and learning from my past experience, I wouldn't want my kids to go into debt for something that's not for sure.
Right.
Like you can say, because I know plenty of people that go to school for one thing and switch it up and
Mhm.
constantly switch it up as long as they're in school. So I would never push it on. If you want to go, okay, cool.
Right.
But if you don't, I'm fine with that. You can
Right.
get you a trade. You can be an entrepreneur. Like it's other
Yeah.
stuff nowadays. Like school is not that. It's not that important to me. Like the school years now, like elementary to high school. I want you to get your high school diploma.
Right.
But if you're not like an AB student or you just struggling, it's okay. I'm not gonna pressure my kids to go to college. It's not what it's cracked up to be because I personally know people that went to college and their degree is null and void. They don't
Right.
use it. So like me, I don't use my license at all.
Yeah.
I used it for like a couple of years and I just went and got a real job. Like
Right.
and I braid hair when I can or when I feel like it,
Yeah.
but I would never like because that's a debt that I really regret. Like, I don't want to pay that stuff off,
Yeah.
and I'm not even using it. Like, it'll be different if I went and I'm using my degree or my license, and I'm not doing it. It's kind of like, ugh, why did I do that?
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely get that. And I feel like that's definitely one of those moments where it's like looking back on, like people go into it without like all the information and all the thought processes and
hmm
perspectives. And then, yeah, you get to the later point and then you're like, damn, okay.
Especially fresh out of high school, because them career fairs and all the
Right,
teachers in your ear, your counselors in your ear, you just like, okay, I gotta do this. But
right,
you sit back and think like a year into it, like, do I really have to do this? Like, I
right.
could go to a trade school or get certified for something and make bukus of money the same way I could get with a degree. Because the degree, like, it really don't be doing nothing nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
people get jobs without degrees
Yeah.
and get
Experience.
paid. Yeah.
Experience is more
hmm
valuable than a degree,
Yeah, and
100%.
my husband is like a prime example. Like he's in a high management position, which some people require degrees for, and he didn't get a degree in what he's doing.
Right.
It's just the experience he has from working from a young age up,
Yeah.
and he's getting these promotions. He got it on his resume because of
Yeah.
his experience. That's how he got his job.
Right. So definitely just a little, side tip. If you feel like school might not be for you, take a little breather, take a little break. See, get something real life action. Like go get a job for a little bit. Like try to get a job in
Yeah.
whatever it is that you're doing. I do
hmm
think that schools should be more supportive on the end of getting students positions while they're in high school so that then they have experience because you have a lot of people who have entry level jobs and they're wanting 3 years experience and it's like that
Yeah.
don't sound like entry level to me.
It don't.
But so then on to back to braiding. So high school ish is whenever it got like kind of serious. Did you ever go like work for like in a shop or anything, or was it all really on your own?
Yeah, during high school, like the summer, my junior summer year, like I worked in the hair salon as a apprentice, like just an assistant. I would
Mm-hmm.
shampoo hair, blow dry, prep clients and stuff like that. After school, I worked in the shop with my son. He was just born. He was a couple months old. My son learned how to walk, crawl, everything in the shop. Like I was out there grinding.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was it. After that, I was like, I need some steady pay.
Right. Okay.
I can't do it. So I went and got a little regular job. So now I just do it on the side.
Right. And then so how did you come into like most of your clients? Like what was that like?
My clientele now is basically from my bonus baby. She was a cheerleader. She still is a cheerleader, but she was in competitive cheer, and they had hairstyles where everyone has the same hairstyle.
Mm.
So I started off doing her hair. Everybody's like, "Who did your hair? Who did your hair?" And she was like my stepmom. So clients, they all the cheerleaders just started rolling in.
Right.
So one year they did competition in Orlando, and their team is huge. I want to say a good 25, 30 kids. So the week before we went, I did almost 20 heads
Oh,
of
okay.
braids. So my clientele now is the same cheerleaders from years back.
Mm.
I've known them since they were little bitty teeny
Right.
teeny cheerleaders. So all of them and their moms, that's basically my clientele.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. See, that goes to show the opportunities everywhere. It just like
Hmm.
a lot of things like they grow and just like a plant, right? They just like seed into something else. Cause who would have thunk
Yeah.
that doing them 20 heads before a cheerleading competition would have like grew into continuous
Yeah.
people
And
coming
then
back?
they will recommend people, and some of them they still come, but braids they last so long. So when I get my clients, like summertime is booming.
Mm-hmm.
Wintertime it slows down. Fall, spring gets the up. And then
Right.
summertime is really good. But
Yeah.
I I known them since they was baby. These kids are in college now.
Yeah.
They grown in relationships, and it's just I be like, dang, y'all grow up so fast. Like I feel like I just started doing your hair. And then yeah,
Right.
they driving cars. They got boyfriends and all that stuff. I'm like, mm-mm. It's crazy watching them grow. Like I like clientele like that. I never thought like when I got my license or whatever, when I started doing it, that I would have a clientele base, but I do have it. It's not consistent as if I was doing chemicals and in a shop or nothing
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I'm fine with my little clientele.
Right. Have you ever thought about like what would you ever like want to learn more, do more like with hair, or do you, cuz like you said, like you are like of course comfortable with your clientele and like what you're doing. But like do you ever think about growing it more?
As far as me doing hair, no. Like
Mhm.
I want to just braid here and there when I want or when I have the time. But as far as the business part, I do want to own a salon,
Mhm.
but I'm not like pushing for it. But
Mhm.
I would like to own a salon, but be in the background, like manager type.
I
Like
feel.
I don't want no booth. Like I come in and do hair when I want to, but like I want
Yeah.
a certain type of aesthetic in a salon. Like I want my girls or whatever. I want to run a salon. I don't want to
Right.
shampoo and
Right.
color and mm-mm.
No,
I
whatever.
rather
I
not,
get
cause
that.
I be nervous. I'm,
I'd be
I'm
nervous.
about, cause I'm about to mess somebody hair up, but I let somebody else do that.
No, I get that. And whatever, having like a business that's like benefiting so many other people rather than like just yourself, like that's still
Yeah,
such like a great contribution to just like the community around you and everything.
yeah,
And like you said, like you have like a certain aesthetic that you think of. Like I think it's important to remember that we all give different perspectives and different
yeah,
outlooks, and we can with that we can like find people who also like appreciate those perspectives and outlooks and everything.
yeah,
So it would definitely like, it would be different than whatever is out there because it would be like you doing it.
yeah.
Have you like how far into thought have you gotten into it, or is it still kind of just one of those little floaty clouds up there dreaming?
Um, it's definitely a dream. Like I know that I want to vet my workers, like the people that work for me,
Mhm.
because in the hair industry, you get so many people that come in and out your salon, not as clients, but of course you're gonna get that. But as far as people that's working for you, like if they
Yeah.
not vibing with the other girls or
Right.
I just really want to vet my clients, not clients, my people that work for me. Like, I want everybody to be on the same page, everybody
Right.
to understand the rules, like, just the way they carry themselves, all that. Like, I don't want no
Mhm.
people coming in my salon, like, off the wall, slick, kind of crazy. I know you can't really vet people like that. You don't really know people until you, like, get to know
Right.
them, but I'm gonna do some background checks.
Right. Yeah, and even like
Promotion.
probationary. Holy
Oh,
hell, that was
yeah.
hard to say. A probationary period. of like, yeah, seeing how everybody vibes together, because I totally get that. It can cause like a lot of disconnect if there's somebody who's
Yeah,
kind of like either wanting to be to themselves, they're like, a little attitude-ish to like everybody,
yeah.
or even if it's not like intentional, but just the way somebody's like base personality is, and that
Mm.
like you want somebody to work for you just as much as you want somebody to work. Wait, you want somebody to work for you just as much as you want them to work for you. Like you want
I get
everybody
it.
to be like
Yeah, like we call a
satisfied.
meeting. I want everybody to be able to sit and talk. Like I don't want
Mhm.
nobody raising their voices or being over the top. Like I just want it's a certain type of aesthetic I'm going for if I was to have my own salon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe this conversation is going to be the seed that plants that stems that tree.
I don't know.
I know,
What?
whatever. I know. I know. That's all we need to know is that I know. Okay, so you're like a self-starter in the sense of learning how to braid and everything. It just came from like your own thing. Uh I guess here's a little question, because I feel like sometimes doing hair, especially like whenever it comes to doing like your own hair, I feel like maybe, well, I don't know. I guess everybody's different, right? Okay, I'm having a moment where I'm going to ramble a little bit. But I guess some people, they start doing other people's hair and it's like hard to learn that and it's easy for them to do their own. And then other people, it's like vice versa. It's like hard to do your own, but it's easy to do everyone else's. Did you find it being like any like it being that way? Like either way?
No, it was pretty much equal. Like I said, like I started so young. It's
Right.
so easy for me to catch on. Like the
Okay.
new techniques and all that stuff. My mom was my guinea pig.
Okay.
So, but it's I don't know, it just came so natural to me. So it's like I can I can do my hair the same way I can do my clients' hair. It's
Right.
just that me wanting to take the time to do it
Yeah.
is different. And then I guess because like the back of my head, yeah, I really, don't look back there. I guess in a way, yeah, it's
Okay.
easier for me to do my clients because
Yeah.
I can see everything. But as far as technique wise, I caught on way too easy.
Yeah. Okay, and then you saying like new techniques and that, what kind of, how often do you find yourself having to kind of learn something new with doing hair? Because there is so much that's always changing with
Very
everything.
often, I
Yeah.
get challenged a lot. Like some of my clients, they want the newest new, like stitch
Hmm.
braiding. I don't know if anybody know what that is. It was new to me, so
Well, here, why don't
I
you
had
explain what stitch braiding is, just in case if like
okay,
nobody
so
does
it's
know.
like it's scalp braids, like cornrows. Like
Mm-hmm.
you braid into the scalp,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like parts as you braid. Like it's like an
Mm-hmm.
actual stitch. Like you can see the part where you pull the hair up. I don't know
Right.
how to explain it, but it's real. It's a slower technique. It take you a longer time to do them because it's so precise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that. That's like the fishtail braids and like new hairstyles come out all the time. So you have
Right.
to be on it because I have some of them clients. Can you do this? I just seen this, and it be like fresh. I'm like, girl, like the body. They got the new body hairstyle where you braid all the braids are to your scalp. Ain't nothing hanging. It's like you got a
Oh.
ball cap on, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like all these designs and stuff. It's just like it's like a continuous braid.
Right.
Sometimes it's two or three braids, but everything is connected somehow.
Right.
So it all the time. Can
Yeah.
you do this? Can you try it? I don't mind you trying it. So it's all the time. It's constant
Yeah.
learning new techniques.
Whenever it comes to like trying new things, do you ever then maybe, do you ever just bring somebody in and be like, yeah, I'll do your hair, I just want to practice this? Or do you ever just say like, I'll give you like a discount because I'm trying to practice something? Like, how does that
Yeah,
work?
I used to have this promo one summer where I would find a hairstyle that I wanted to try
Mm-hmm.
and be like, hey, come get this done. I used to post on my
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, come get this done at a discounted price. It's something new I want to try. I can't do it on my own hair. I want to try it on somebody else. And people would contact me like, okay, you could try it on me. And it's at a discounted price, of course, because it's something new. I never did it before
Mm-hmm.
and I'm giving you the discount so I can try it on you and so I can promote it. I can do this, y'all. I just tried it or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, I like doing stuff like that. I used to before I had
Okay.
all these kids.
Okay, now you got kids head to practice on. Sit down.
Mm,
I need to do your
Girl, my
hair.
husband trying to get my youngest son to grow his hair out so he can get braids. So that means I'm gonna have to do all my kids' hair because one of the boys got locks. I have Jade and Julia. They both girls, so they gotta get their hair done too. And now he
Yeah.
want my youngest son to grow his hair out so he can get braids. So he gonna put all the responsibility on me. I'm gonna have
Start
to do
paying me for
forehead
these
to tail.
heads.
It started with two. Now I gotta do locks, and now I'm gonna have to do braids again. Like, come on, give me a break.
What was learning locks like? Like, was that literally just from your son having them, or was there already a little bit of like learning it beforehand?
My older brothers,
Mm,
they was like, well, you know how to braid hair. You gonna learn how to lock. They lock their hair themselves, and then I started retwisting them. And
okay.
I was young, teens.
Yeah.
Before I finished high school, I was locking hair.
Is
So
are
that's another thing that came natural to me too.
right. Yeah, and I feel like that also just goes to speak on the fact that like we kind of undermine what children can do cuz kids can for real like learn anything. Like if
Yeah,
they're like set up for it and they're given the opportunity to like try, practice, learn, like
yeah,
experience, like kids can learn whatever for real for real.
right. They
Um
can.
is part of your clientele locks too, or do you find you probably like do braids more often?
I do braids way more often. I used to have clientele a couple years back that had locks, but and that's the thing too. Like I don't style locks. The
Mm,
only thing I used to do is retwist. So that's one thing. It's not under my belt. Is styling locks. I
yeah.
can retwist them real good, but you're
Right.
gonna leave out with just the retwist
Right.
because I ain't never really dived into like styling the locks and none of that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think. I'm like at a brain fart moment. Is there anything that you like think say within this topic of like braids? You like wanna I don't know.
No, I mean, mm-mm. You gotta ask me questions.
Okay, okay, no, I just wanted to see instead of me just sitting here like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can say this as far as the hair industry, like it's hard. Like
Yeah.
if you really want to pursue it, so many people, especially where I stay at, which is Georgia, like the hair industry is like booming
Right.
from weaves to natural hair to braids. Like if I really wanted to do it, I would have to be out here grinding. It wouldn't be no queen on the screen. Like you wouldn't be seeing me because it's so hard to if you want to make this like your main source of income,
mm,
it's crazy out here. I'll
yeah.
say that. It's hard. Anybody pursuing it, you gotta be what's the word? Like dedicated. You have to be.
Right.
Cause this one industry that keeps growing and growing. Unless
Right.
you out there in Timbuktu where ain't nobody out there, you can get everybody in your seat. You
Right.
good. But where I'm at,
Yeah.
baby, it's hard. You gotta find something that's unique. Like you gotta stand out from the rest to have a steady clientele. Like the same people come back into your seat. You
Right.
have to.
Yeah, that's understandable. Definitely, like depending on location and everything. Because yeah, you run
Mhm.
into like a lot of people that yeah, like kind of like same as you probably like grew up, had to braid somebody's hair, grew up wanting their own hair done, like not wanting to like
Yeah.
go out. Because I know I definitely used to sit there and get my hair braided, and it used to hurt so bad. My head used to be pounding. And then I don't remember a lot, but one thing I do remember is the first time I ever fell asleep getting my hair braided, I woke up like, how? I don't know how. It be hurting. I don't know how. I must have been so tired.
That's how like when I do my own hair is like I have to do it tighter than I would do my clients because I feel like I don't know my hair just don't last as long when I do it myself.
Yeah.
So my first day headache, headache out this world because I'll be like, oh, I gotta make it tight, I gotta make it last,
Right.
but it be hurting.
Yeah.
And some people just tender headed, and you gotta ask them before they sit in your seat too.
Yeah.
So you gotta let up on that pressure. Cause they'll be out there. I ain't coming back to her. She braiding too tight. But I ain't got that. My mama say I braid too tight, but she just tender headed, and she just don't. she just a little baby because she get her hair done for free. And you're
Yeah.
braiding too tight, and I don't braid that tight. I never got no complaints about how tight I braid.
Right.
But if you thin the head, I definitely take care. Like I take heat because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
I used to be tender headed, but I've been getting my hair done for so long now. Just like
Right.
I deal with it for a day.
Right. We'll be all right. You saying about I don't know what you just said, but it made me think about moving scalps.
Oh my lord, my oldest baby, my stepdaughter. When I tell you that scalp moves, it take me a long time to do it because I be like, I know I parted this straight, but you get to braiding, be like, it just went sideways, like it went slanted. I know I went straight, but it just slanted. I'm just like, she be having to part the middle of her head because I be like, here, go part the middle. Cause I done did her hair several times. And I swear to God that part was in the middle,
Right.
and it took me a minute to get it in the middle. And by the time I'm done, be like, what
Right.
happened? The scalp just moved. Her friends be picking on her about her scalp moving. Yeah, the thing moves. It moves. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to speak on that because I know that like I feel like some people think about braiding, they're like, oh, it's just you're just braiding, it's just like whatever. But there are a
One
lot of
part.
things that go into it, even just
Mm-hmm.
like maybe somebody's head shape or like something
Yes.
having to take into account whenever you're doing parts and doing
Yeah.
sizing
Especially
and
like your grids, like as far as parting like individuals when it comes to box braids or knotless locks, anything like you have to take in consideration the circumference of the head, the nape area in the back. Like you have to you examine it for a minute when your clients get here. But my clients, I know their head. I
right,
know, whatever I know them. But new people,
right,
you gotta be on it. Like
right, and it's
because
not just
yesterday I had a client and I was like, I know for sure she can get the size braid she want can fit 4 rows at the top. And I was wrong.
ah,
So it took me a little bit longer to do her hair because I didn't really examine. I ain't
yeah.
go deep into it because I was like, I was a little bitty girl. Like, okay, I can see 4 parts. I can see 4 rows on each side. Mm-mm. I was wrong, so I had to take some down, redo it. But yeah, you do have to take in consideration these head shapes and napes and
Right.
widow's peaks and all that.
Right. When you're
I had
doing.
one client that don't like her widow's peak. Like you have to part it down the middle, but she don't like that. So she has to get a certain type of braid pattern or grid to
Mm,
fulfill what she wants. I got one person that has a thinning spot. She gets a side part, so there's no middle part in her head.
right.
So yeah, all that comes is braiding ain't that easy.
Right. And I feel like everything you just said that also speaks on the fact of like because I feel like this what I'm about to say kind of ties into you saying about needing to be like different and everything whenever it comes to just like the demand of the industry and everything.
Mhm.
The experience that you give your clientele like when they're in your chair is also like a really big thing. So like you
Yeah,
knowing your clients, right? Like having of course you have the length of time with them so that allows it to be
yeah,
easier, but yeah, like knowing that somebody's like hair is a little bit like this or their preference is a little
yeah,
bit like this and like getting specific and personal, I definitely think that that is something that's like really big on the
yeah.
client
That keep them coming back too,
right, the
cause they
relation.
know when they come and sit in my chair, they gonna get like this one lady likes all the crime shows that I watch, and we sit there and binge watch. Oh, she always put me on new shows. I'm finna go home. What episode we on? And go home and finish it. When she come back, we talking about the whole series. Like
Right.
that's what I love about having a clientele, like a consistent clientele that come back,
Mm-hmm.
here and there. And they even call and check up on me or
Yeah.
text me, how you doing? You still braiding? Cause I do be going on hiatus. It's like,
Right.
y'all ain't braiding this summer. But they'll check on me. You braiding it yet? You back
Yeah.
up? You ready? And they be ready. So, but that clientele, like the experience they have with you, it matters
Right.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's just not your technique. Cause some I done had some people like, Queen. Oh, I'm gonna say my real name.
Oh.
Queen, can you fix this? I don't really like this, and I'm fine with it. Like if you're not satisfied when you get home, you can
Mhm.
come back the next day. I'll fix it. You need some more curls? Okay, come on, just bring the hair. How much you gonna charge me? Nothing. I got you.
Yeah.
You know, if you wasn't satisfied, I got you.
Right.
Yeah, like that stuff matters. And you be having some people out here that, oh, you gonna have to pay me this and this and this. No, like
Mm.
you provided this service. If it was in a timely manner, don't come back to me 2 months later.
Right.
Mm-mm. Oh, ain't enough curls. Mm-mm. It's too late. But if it's like the next day or within that week, I got you.
Right. Yeah, because sometimes, like, you're in the chair, you're in wherever, and you're looking, and like you're just kind of like excited about it. Maybe you're in a rush, like whatever life is at
Mm-hmm.
that second. And then yeah, you're at home and you wake up to yourself a couple days and you're like, "Oh wait, hold on. Actually,
Yeah.
I feel like I need a little bit more." Or like maybe you try
Yeah.
something
Or maybe
new.
she can take this and that. I done did one girl hair too tight because it was a new style. I never tried it.
Oh.
And she had rubber bands in her head and I had pulled it way too tight. And she was like, it wasn't hurting when I left, I promise, but I don't know what's going on. Can you redo this one? I got you. How much? Nothing.
Right.
Because I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be satisfied. You don't pay me your money.
Yeah.
I got you.
No, yeah, that's definitely, I feel like, important. I feel like that also feeds to the fact of customer relation, client
Yeah.
relation. Like that is super important no matter the business, is to be forming a good relationship with your clientele.
Right.
Cause yeah, like you said, it keeps them coming back. It lets them know that they're gonna be taken care of. They're not just
Yeah.
like numbers on a checkbook coming
Right.
in, and that is
Ain't none of
super.
my numbers on the chipboard. You charge too low. You need to charge low. Because I
Right,
know, like, this certain style, these knotless braids, these girls be getting and be getting paying $200, $300.
right,
It's not worth it. I cannot charge nobody that much knowing that their hairstyle is not gonna last that long.
right.
Cause like your roots are literally out. It's a protective style, but if you got knots like the real traditional braids, it's gonna last longer.
Yeah,
But as far as knotless, they're not gonna last that long. Do not be paying that much money. I'll be trying like, why y'all paying that much money for them braids? It's
right.
gonna be in your hair for 3 to 4 weeks before it start looking hit like it's time to
Right.
take them out.
Yeah.
So
But
I would never. I don't have no styles that cost over $200.
yeah.
Not they be barely touching 100.
Right.
I'm not looking for new clientele, y'all. I'm
Don't come to
sorry.
me. Don't come to me.
I'm on the low end, but
Right. And I
I
feel like
ain't
that
looking
also
for
speaks to
nobody.
like you enjoy what you do. Like, and
Yeah,
that's super important, is that like cuz you're receiving also some type of like payment because of the fact that it's enjoyable for you. Like you're
yeah,
getting a light out of it. So
yeah,
that is really important.
yeah. I
Um
do. I enjoy it a lot.
right.
Sometimes,
Some
maybe.
whatever. Everything has the things that we don't like about it, but the point is that we
Yeah,
like it enough that those don't ruin it. That's how
right.
you know that you're doing something, that you're forcing yourself, or you're like over pushing in an area, is if those negatives are now starting to overshine the positives and they're
That's
starting
how it
to
was in
dull
the
down.
shop.
Right. So yeah, you
And
found
I had
more
to find
comfort.
myself like, let me not, because I feel
Right.
like it's too stressful. I don't really liking it, so I'm gonna just stop.
Yeah.
But I like what I do now. I like
Right.
my clientele.
Yeah. Okay. So like talking about all of this, and then also the fact that you had said that if you were like grinding on it, you wouldn't see me on the screen. So then that's starting to make me transition over into, for one, the fact that we're trying to get little old Queenie here to post some content so that she can expand, not even like clientele wise, but just like presence wise and everything. Um why are you hesitant about content?
It's the making of the content. Like I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't mind editing probably. it's just doing it, like the
Yeah.
setup, and especially being in the house. Like I do hair from home. It's, I don't know, like the whole setup. Like how do people do it? I feel like they
Yeah.
gotta have 5 hands, cause ain't no way you braiding hair and you got a camera over your shoulder wherever it's at.
Right.
I don't understand how they do it, and I know them have to just do it in order to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's the doing part. Cause like when I do hair now, it's just like you hit me up today, yeah, I can do it, girl. The day comes, I be like, oh my God, I gotta do hair. I'm gonna be up for 8 hours. I'm gonna be standing on my feet for 5 hours, and uh, I want to do it. I want to fulfill my clients. Like I want to so bad. And then when I get there, like when they actually come and sit in my chair, it's over with. Yeah, I got you. Like we chilling, we having fun. Like,
Right.
but it's like building up to, I'm like, oh my God, why I sit here? I just want to sit and watch TV. Especially since I've been working recently,
Yeah.
like having to braid hair on the side, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But now I don't have that feeling. Like the other day I had hair, I don't work no more. It was like a
Right.
breeze. Like I wasn't feeling like, oh my God, because I gotta go to work at 6 or 10 or whatever. Okay, now I gotta stay up and do hair. But now it's different. I know I just gotta do it in order to figure it out.
Right.
The trial and error part is what's holding me back. I'm gonna say that trial and error.
Yeah. No,
I don't like to fail, so it's just like I sat here and did all that for this. Like,
it's okay.
uh.
Just think the fails are the stairs to the pedestal. Like the fails are the stairs that lead up to the to pick up
Yeah,
the trophy. You don't just get the trophy. You got to walk to it. So like
I like
everything's for
that.
something as long as it's for something. Like as long as we're doing things that we enjoy and we like and like,
Yeah,
it's not just for nothing, then all of it adds to the final result. Um
I'll keep that in mind.
and you saying about the whole like how do they do it, like talking about like other people making content, I feel that's
Yeah,
so hard because I've had like certain things in life, like I used to do YouTube whenever my daughter was first born, and I used to struggle so hard with the fact that it's like in order to record you just doing something, like we'd be out, right? Because it's like vlogging. And it's like somebody's really going over like setting up a camera, like doing what they're doing, and then coming back and picking up the camera. And then like
yeah.
recording the next thing. And like it always made me wish that somebody would go and like set up a second camera to record them doing the recording. Like, let me just see what are you doing? Like,
That's
how are you doing it?
I yeah, that right there will never catch me. Uh. Cause you right. Like how? You really sitting there doing that?
Right. It's
Like I know there's one. It was a guy or a girl. I don't know who it was. I forgot. But they went viral for going in Target doing like it was a lot.
yeah.
Picking up every item. You setting up the camera. Every aisle you go to, picking up item. Every aisle. Outside the cart at the register. You setting up this camera. Like how are you doing it at Target?
Right.
All these people, the lady at the register probably looking at you crazy, like you don't put all your stuff on this belt. Or even before you put all the stuff on the belt, you set a camera up, went back to the cart, put all the stuff on the belt, recorded our transaction, put your stuff in the cart, got to your car, put the camera out, walked back to your cart, and like, what? Ain't no way you sitting there doing that.
right.
But they be doing it. You
Yeah.
won't catch me doing it.
Right. I feel like a lot of people don't think about that end of it. It's like we don't just have a
Yeah,
personal cameraman. We don't just have somebody
right.
doing all this so we can just fluently do what we're doing and just keep going.
And
Like you
that's crazy
have to
work.
take pauses. That's what I always thought whenever it would be like people would go to like the park or the zoo or something and it's like the camera set up and then they walk past it and like every clip is them
Yeah,
just walking. So I'm like, you mean to tell me you just walked like quadruple cuz
yeah.
you walked to set it up, walked back
You working
to
overtime
walk
to record
back.
this vlog. Yeah, I couldn't. You want That's like, come on,
yeah.
braiding. You gotta what
Right, like
y'all
the
doing?
angles, making sure you're not in it,
They
making
got
sure
five
it's not in
hands.
your way, making sure
They got
like
5 hands. You're gonna be looking at my shoulder. You ain't gonna be seeing no braiding.
need to get one of those like the ice cream men who like do like the crazy tricks with ice creams. They wear like
the thing
the
over their shoulders or like
yeah.
a harness or something,
Uh-huh. Hold on, you just gotta get like that perspective of
or GoPro
recording.
on my head.
Right. The headband.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-mm. That's
Those
a lot.
things, right? Those things I at least see. They're like a little bit easier to think of. It's like, okay, it's just right
Yeah,
there anyway. But yeah, like
yeah.
the thought of like braiding and it's like, okay, you have this camera here. So it's like now you got to be like mindful of the camera so that the camera's seeing and everything. And like,
And then like I'm
yeah.
sort of like a what you call it, not a stickler, but like perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like if I see that recording and something was off about that braid, scratch it. I ain't gonna have no video to work with. I swear to God. Like, if the braid look crooked or a little dent in the braid that ain't supposed to be there, I don't see how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Definitely. I always,
but I'm gonna think about that pedestal next time. I
right.
might try it on my daughter. She want her hair braided. I might try to record that.
Right, yeah. Maybe even yeah, like how you offer for like new styles. Maybe being like I'm trying to make content and like offering some type of discount for the fact it might take a little bit longer. Like we
Yeah,
might be here for a little while. I might be a little like less not like attentive but a less like interactive to some extent because I'm
yeah.
also worried about this and trying to figure out like how am I going to do all of
'Cause I feel like
this.
that's a lot.
Yeah. But think it's not a lot
I'm gonna need to
afterwards.
know.
Like cuz
Yeah.
like once you know it and once you're like, oh, "Okay, this works, this don't." Like you have the experience, right? We all
Yeah.
need.
Trial and error.
Yeah. Most
I
definitely.
guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. I'm wishing it. I'm wishing it upon you. So then content can bring us into streaming. So, I guess you could say what is your like output of streaming? Like what art do your streams consist of? And how did you start streaming?
um, my I streamed The Sims, Fortnite. I tried horror games. I don't know if I'm gonna try it ever again because it was embarrassing. But I started streaming years ago, like before streaming was a big thing. I
Mm-hmm.
used to stream on YouTube, and it was The Sims. And then I got pregnant and got sick, and I stopped.
Mm,
And then one day recently, I want to say I've been streaming for I don't know how long. I want to say a good 6 months tops.
okay.
And one day I had just mentioned to my husband, I think I want to stream again. I think I want to stream The Sims. I can't do that on a regular Xbox. I need a setup. And voila. That's all it wrote. One little mention. And I had a PC. I started off with one monitor. I had the old camera I used to use, the old mic I used to use,
Mm,
and I'm here.
right.
Well, I did have some motivation from this girl DZ. I used to be in her streams real heavy, and I was just like, it seems so much fun now. Like it's not that she was screaming on TikTok. I was like, oh, it's not what it used to be. Like she getting engagement, like everybody getting, they talking to people.
Right.
When I was streaming, girl, I was in there talking to zero people constantly for months, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I didn't know that's what it took. It takes that. You
Yeah.
have to sit there with zero views or one view, and you have to understand. I didn't know the term lurking. People will actually come in your stream and just sit there and look and not say nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know none of this stuff.
Right.
So like now, like once they, oh, you need to stream again. If I mentioned it, like I used to do this. Like I used to stream The Sims. Oh, you should do it again. Do it. You got some support. I made friends in her stream, came out and supported me when I started or whatever. But that's what really got me back into it. Everybody was in my ear. Go ahead, try it again,
Right.
try it again. It's different. It's different. And it is. It's completely different. That's how I met you. I met Nesta
Right.
and everybody. So yeah.
Yeah. I definitely
The
believe
little
that everything like happens like as it should when it should like and just because something might
yeah.
not work out the first time it don't mean that we shouldn't sometimes circle back to it Because
Mhm.
sometimes that first time was maybe
Very
just to get
true.
your feet wet into it, get it into your head a little bit, get it
Yeah.
like it gets to give you perspective, like experience.
Yeah.
I feel like experience is something that like keeps coming up in conversation, but like experience is super important in like no matter
Yeah.
what in life. Because
Yeah.
you get to learn, you
That's
get to
true.
know, you get to figure out. It's important.
Yeah.
Um, so 6 months from the beginning until now, like what do you feel is like different? Um, maybe not even from like the external factors of like viewership and like all of that, but like on your end, like how do you approach streaming compared to then and now?
Now it's like I don't know, it's so different because I have people that come in and talk to me, and like I used to be like I had got comfortable with just talking to myself,
Right.
but now it's just like you gotta talk to people,
Yeah.
you gotta engage, you gotta have them, keep the chat moving. So now it's just like it's different because I'll talk to myself a little bit, but
Mhm.
somebody gonna pop in,
Right.
and you gotta pay attention. Try to talk back. It's different in that way. Like I approach it differently because I probably had people in chat. I ain't just saying no, I had them.
Right.
Like looking back on it, it's just like maybe people was talking to me. I just ain't know. I was brand new to it.
Right.
But now I do. I approach it differently in that aspect, like communicating.
Yeah. Okay, I like that you said like the adjustment to like having to speak to yourself to then having to be aware that people are speaking to you, cuz I
Yeah,
feel like some people either jump to the part of needing to be able to interact with people and that's all they think about, or then yeah, some people get locked in on the like just talking to themselves, cuz
yeah,
it is like really important. I've met some people who have made like YouTube videos before starting streaming, and I feel like to some extent they have like a foot forward because they're used to talking to themselves. They're talking to a
yeah.
camera. Like there isn't anybody to respond to them
Right,
at this moment. And it is really important that like sometimes if somebody comes in and there's nothing going on, they're just like, okay. And they go somewhere where
yeah,
there is something to listen to outside of just watching.
right,
So like it is really important to be able to like talk to yourself, just like whatever, give conversation for somebody to become a part of rather than
right.
waiting for conversation to find you.
Yeah,
And then I also get the part of you saying then now having conversation and having to like get ready for it. Cause like
yeah,
my brother, for instance, he noticed himself like missing comments all the time. He turned on the dang text to speech on his chat so that
yeah.
now he can't
Yeah,
miss
he
stuff.
hear it. Yeah,
Right.
I need that because I be oh my bad. I'm sorry. If you still here, how you
Right.
doing?
You're like missing opportunities and stuff because time done
Yeah,
passed and they're like, oh, they ain't even paying no attention to me.
right. They ain't reading this chat or they just don't talk.
Right. Has anything in content wise, because you said you do Sims, Fortnite. So like in the beginning, were you strictly Sims or were you also still kind of like dabbling?
Oh no, in the beginning, like I knew I wanted to stream The Sims,
Mm-hmm.
but I was heavy in Fortnite. Like my
Mm.
son had got me to playing Fortnite. He's like, "Can you play with Fortnite with me?" I don't know how. I ain't touched no controllers.
Yeah.
Like I just used to play The Sims on the computer. Like that's a keyboard and mouse. You can do it, mama. You can do it. Just go ahead and try it. I'll teach you. And that's all it wrote. My son got me into Fortnite.
Yeah.
My son got me playing Fortnite. So when I first started streaming, it was Fortnite because I was in like a little community like, where I had people to play with.
Right.
So I would just stream that. But I want to get back into my Sims. I broke my Sims and I gotta download more stuff. It's just a fresh little Sims just sitting on my computer. I just ain't touched it. I don't know why. It's just
Right.
my heart kind of broke. We gonna get back to it though.
Right. However, like I said, doors closed for other ones to open. And see, this is the open opportunity for something new to be made with it. Now, it's not
Yeah.
like what it was. And because I don't know if you ever felt like this, but sometimes if I already have things started, whenever I think about like content or then like just like whatever, like the growth of it, sometimes I get like limited by the fact that it's like, dang, but it ain't from the beginning. Like it doesn't have
Yeah.
all of the stuff that got me to right here at this second.
Yeah.
And so now it's like you could have all of it. Like you could have the
Yeah.
making of it. You could even have the freaking screen recording of like going and finding the CC that you're
I was
downloading.
thinking about doing that, like
Yeah.
shopping, come shop with me for my CC.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be a great
Yeah.
idea because I feel like that also kind of feeds into what we were saying about sometimes for some people, they see things and they're like, no, how did they do that? Like, where
Yeah.
it gives the opportunity for people to really see like the process of it and for somebody to
Yeah.
learn. Or maybe somebody just enjoys it and they're looking for something like, oh, that's cute. Like, oh, she should
Let
have
me show
got
this
that.
up
Let me
to
go
you.
get that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all of, yeah,
I'll
just
be like that.
right.
Like,
Like, no,
what
why
what
didn't you
what
get
you
that
want?
one? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
That's cute. Why didn't you get that comforter set? Why didn't you get that couch?
Right.
Yeah, I feel that. I'll be like that watching YouTube.
Yeah. And one thing that you said too, just like a little side note, because I think it's really important for people to kind of like pay attention to this, even just in life. Your support system, because you said like you wanted to start streaming. Your husband done went and got you a setup. Like you got like setups there. You sitting there talking
Yeah.
about streaming. Your son's like, no, like yeah, do Fortnite. Like I got you. Like we got this.
Yeah.
Like and just because with Queen that it's like family, it's important to remember that like support can be found anywhere. And whenever we like do things that fuel and feed us, we find people that fuel and feed us rather
Yeah.
than like doing something and you're like forcing yourself to do it. You're not that interested in it. It's something that
Right.
like you're doing for other people. Like sometimes, and this isn't an all the time case, but I feel like sometimes whenever we do things for other people because they want us to, they're not going to support us because some people live through us. So if you're doing it, that just means that it's getting done and they don't know how, they don't know what, they don't like,
Yeah.
they're not going to like push you with it outside of the fact pushing you with it so that they then receive the fact that it's being done and like maybe even a oh like I helped with that, like I got that going.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you do things that like even if it's not something you thought of before but like you're still like okay, like I have okay, like I'll give it a try. Like
Yeah.
it fuels us, they fuel us, like it's all like a big circle and it just like really
That's
supports each
Moon.
other.
Moon fuels me all.
Yep.
Moon.
I have a lawnmower and I give it gas.
No, for real. Like the support is real. Like as far as my family,
Yeah.
like my kids, they support my stream. They be popping in. Y'all might be hearing them on the side. I be having to mute my mic sometimes. My oldest daughter, cause
We
she
love
got a mouth.
yappers over here. Yaps
They
Incorporated. Japanese fluent.
they is everybody's niece. That the little baby that's their niece.
Yeah.
But my husband, like, all I have to do is say something. Like when it came to my monitors, oh, I want one of them tall monitors. And I thought it was something completely different. It's a regular monitor, you just gotta flip it. So he went, he got it. He got the arms. He upgraded my camera, my mic.
Yeah.
Like the support is real. And then Moon, that's my dog. She
That's my
supports. When
dog.
I tell you she
Me and my
supports.
dog.
The support is real though, like, cause I do be getting discouraged. Like, I don't work no more,
Yeah.
and I should be streaming more. I ain't did it yet,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna get there.
Right.
It's in the back of my head, like, go ahead and stream.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
be in
there.
the front, like, go ahead and stream. And in the side in your ear, go ahead and stream.
You ain't doing nothing. Why don't you just stream?
Why don't you
And
make
that's the
content
truth.
while you at it?
And that's the other day. I need your entertainment. Maybe you should. Nope, I don't feel like it. I got support. Like I appreciate everybody that support me though.
Right.
Family, off stream and on stream. I appreciate it.
Right. And like I think what you said too, support, there's so many forms of support. Like you have people who support the behind the scenes and like getting things going. You have people who support the actual like output and like yeah, being in stream. You have people who
Yeah.
support the encouragement and the drive, the push. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, they hear the word support, and because of just the way life is, everybody instantly goes to like financial, or like they
Yeah,
go to
money. Yeah.
like things that are a little bit harder for some people to do. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, like you can support with time, you can support with your words, you can support with
Mhm.
liking, sharing something. You can
Yeah.
There's so many little ways to support, and they
That's
all
true.
feed into like the same big snowball. Like it's really
Right.
important
That's
to
very true.
yeah. um Okay. Are there any surprises or like things that you completely didn't anticipate in terms of like streaming?
Yeah, this the not the actual setup, but like when it comes to overlays and like the decorations of your stream or like interactive things, I didn't like I had no idea.
Yeah.
None of, until I started watching people stream.
Yeah.
And mostly like when I first started watching DZ, it was on TikTok.
Mhm.
And like people was giving gifts and she had like a soundboard and it was people clapping every time you get it. I'm like, what? They
Right.
doing all this now?
Right.
So that was a surprise. And then when I actually got into it, the overlays, it's so many to choose from. You can create your own. It's just like, dang. And I tried to get a little theme going. I done switched it already, but it's still there a little bit. Like I had the little panda theme,
Yeah.
but it's like when you go on to Etsy or you go on to anybody else stream, like, oh, that look cool. I need that. Oh, I want that. I want this for my stream. I want to do that for my stream. It's
Yeah.
so much stuff
Right.
and so different, so many different things you could do with your stream that I had no idea about. To this day, some stuff be surprising me because Moon, she got a crane game on her thing. I'm just like, what? They got that. I seen her looking at it before, but now she actually has it, and it's just like that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
you can do so many things with streaming,
Right.
and I like it to a
Right.
certain extent because Etsy got all my money,
Right.
and I'm gonna use half the stuff I got from Etsy. But you know, it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna use it eventually.
Right. We gonna figure it out. No, Etsy do be having, I feel like, everybody in a chokehold. Cause you can
Mm,
get so much from Etsy. Like you can get custom
Moon got
clothes.
emotes on Etsy. I
The
forgot the
little
name. I think it's
satisfied
mindful. Go ahead. What is it? Mindful
mindful stream studio.
on Etsy. Emote packets. Overlay assistant coming soon. Alert. All that coming soon. But go
Coming
get some
soon.
emotes.
The little satisfied look after you said it. You said, mm. I done said it.
Yup. A little
um,
plug.
um, no, yeah, I do. Like you said, like there's so much that you can do, and there's so much that goes into it. I do love like the customization of stream, cause like
Yeah.
of course like the visual and all of that isn't everything. Like what really is like makes a stream is like the streamer and the the vibe that they make, them sharing themselves in whatever form they do, like
Yeah.
the gameplay, like all of that is like the like what's kind of like right there first. But what really like makes a stream is, or I'm sorry, that's what makes a stream. But all of the personalization can really complement the stream, and it's really
Hmm.
like a second, like it's an extension of you, and like it allows people to kind of like get some type of vibe and get some type of
Yeah.
connection to some extent. um
Yeah.
so that
I agree.
possibilities are definitely limitless. Like I would love to learn a little bit more whenever it comes to like coding or something, like basic little
Yeah.
things to be able to really like get into stuff.
Coding
But
ain't basic. Coding hard.
there is still a basic coding. Like there is still
Yeah,
like
true, true.
something that is like just simple and like
Cause
yeah,
I can't
not
even get the commands right. I learned I got it right though.
see,
Basic.
experience, get you some. um What do you hope for your stream? Like, what is your thoughts of your stream for the future?
When I set out the stream, like I always it's always been just for fun, have something to do,
Mm-hmm.
laugh and hee hee ha and all that stuff. I I don't want to become no big super streamer because I cannot keep up with the chat. I was a part of a raid train and I had like 12 viewers and like 50 people was talking, and I was just like, it's not for me. Maybe one day, but right now, mm-mm.
Yeah.
So like my outlook on streaming is just fun. It's something
Mm-hmm.
to do. Like as far as like the overlays and stuff, that's my little thing. Like I like looking at the cute little overlays.
Yeah.
Like I like my little people that come in and chat here and there. It's like I don't want to be big though.
Yeah.
That chat be off the chain. And that's like with 12 people. I be watching people that they got 30, 70 viewers and they be keeping up with the chat. Like what in the
Right.
and playing a game. And they ain't just sitting here talking. Like they be on Call of Duty
Right.
and be looking at I don't know how they do it. It can't
Right.
be me.
Yeah.
One day maybe, but
One day.
I don't really expect nothing from stream like but fun and
Mm-hmm.
communication, like community.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all I really want right now.
Yeah. Makes sense though. Right. And everybody streaming, like, and I feel like that also just, I be feeling like a broken record. But this is a different episode. And you should go see why I'm a broken record and check out the other episodes. But streaming can be whatever you want it to be. Like, it can be as simple or as complex as you want it. It can be as involved and interactive as you want it. It can, yeah, like you can look at it in a point of business and wanting can't think of the word, but I'm trying to think of. You could want like like monetary value that comes from it, or yeah, just the fact of forming connections, forming relationships, forming like
Mm,
fun memories with other
yeah,
people. Um, you can connect with people all across the world, freaking streaming. And it's kind of really crazy that you can just like be in somebody's face and they are like hundreds of thousands of miles away from you,
yeah,
like living a completely different life, a completely different
yeah.
experience. Like, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Right. It is. Um, what would you say to somebody who is like starting streaming today?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Don't expect too much out of anyone. Make connections and like whatever you set out to be like if you want to be a big time, you got to know that it takes time.
Right.
It's not going to come just like that. So you have to build up to it cuz like I said, I started off with 0 viewers. I was talking to myself. Now I'll get 2 or 3 people and it be overwhelming sometimes, but I mean, you'll get there if that's what you want. Like, if you want the 70 people, if you want the 1K people, like,
Yeah.
you'll get there, but you gotta know that it takes time, it takes work,
Right.
it takes connections, it takes you going out and connecting with people. People just ain't gonna come.
Right.
Like, you don't have to be out there communicating or engaging with people and till still don't expect a whole lot at the beginning. Just
Right.
have fun and do what you like to do. Is if it's gaming or if people be on here cooking, doing puzzles, building Legos, like whatever it is, just have fun doing it and then whatever you want it to be, it'll come eventually.
You saying that made me realize that streaming is like the ice cream of content, because I always say like ice cream is the best dessert because you can have any other dessert inside of ice cream. Streaming
Yeah.
is like such a great
Some
thing because
sprinkles in there,
you
some
can
chocolate
literally
chip.
you can literally have whatever on stream. Like, you are so right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have people who are out there IRL just like literally not doing anything but like walking through a park. They're just like
Yeah.
walking around, just talking. It's whatever. Yeah, you have people sitting there building these Legos. You have people sitting there like building computers. Like, you have like a tech
Yeah.
part. Like, literally anything that just pertains to living and
Yeah.
life and people. you can find
Yeah,
on stream. And
you can find anything.
right, and that's how you find your
I watched the
people.
lady the other night just doing jigsaw puzzles,
Yeah.
and I was stuck. I wasn't even like again when it comes to Lurker, I wasn't saying nothing. I was just watching her do her puzzles.
Right.
Like yeah, it's a lot you can find with streaming. You can find your little niche, whatever you want to do, you'll get there.
Right. Yeah. As long as you're being true to you and you're doing you, you gonna find
Hmm.
you and you gonna find the people that are meant for you.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, here I'll ask this because I do kind of want to start asking this more. I wish I would have asked it with the past episodes, but how do you feel about like raids in terms of like, because some people feel like raiding is like a must, like you must always raid no matter what. And then I know I see some people and they don't raid at all.
Hmm.
Um, what benefit do you feel like rating adds, and also do you feel like it's a necessity?
Um, benefit wise, like you can meet new people with rating.
Yeah.
Because I've met plenty of people, well, streamers, when somebody rates out. If I'm watching you and you rate out, most of the time I'm staying, I'm talking, we chilling. I met plenty of people like that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't be rating out because I be forgetting. I don't think it's necessary all the time because sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna say bye to my stream and click off.
Right.
But I mean, it's just I guess it depends on the person or the vibe, what's going on at the
Yeah.
moment. Like if you want to rate out, go ahead or whatever. But I don't know. I don't really got no really like different views on rating.
Right.
It's fun though. I
Yeah.
like when people rate out.
Right.
So I like when I stay and it be entertaining. Like
Right.
last night, you rated out. I stayed and watched a little match. It was fun. I
Yeah.
already follow. I don't be catching his streams. I don't know why. I
Yeah.
never see him live, but I caught him last night. Thanks to you.
um and then like another thing, I don't even want to, I feel like whenever okay, hold on. Because I don't want to say like streamer etiquette because I'm not necessarily talking about the streamer themselves, but I guess like stream etiquette. What would you say, maybe as a viewer, are things that you, even if it's just like one thing, like what is something that you shouldn't really do in a streamer's chat?
Like me being a viewer,
Yeah.
what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, shouldn't do.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't
That's
know.
don't you?
Don't be rude. I guess I don't know. Some people. I don't know how to answer that.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't know what not to do.
What do you think you
Cause
should do then as like a
I
viewer?
mean, if you like talking in the chat, try to engage with everyone, not just the streamer.
Mm.
Cause I feel like it's I don't know. Cause sometimes the streamers be locked in. Like when we playing Palia, we be talking to each other in the chat. So I mean, if you want to engage, like talk to the chat.
Yeah.
Especially if they locked in that Call of Duty. I'm finna say, that Call of Duty be having these folks locked in. Palia with Moon locked in. You talking to the chat. You're not talking to Moon. You'll talk to Moon in like 30 minutes. So if you one of them type that like to engage with the streamer, engage with the chat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you really like watching this person, you like when they do engage, you'll stay longer if you got somebody in there you talking to, and then when they finally look up at the chat, like every 30 minutes or 45 minutes with Moon, then oh there she go. Then
That
you can
makes
talk back and forth.
we it don't be that long.
It'd be a minute, but when if it's Call of Duty, because you can't die in Palia, so when it's Call of Duty or Fortnite or something like that, they gonna die eventually, or they gonna win the match eventually. They're gonna come back. But with Palia, it might be an hour, y'all. Ain't even-
She is lying. When did this become attack me?
I'm just saying. Engage with the chat. Like, but if you're
Wow.
not that type, be a lurker. Like,
Yeah.
and then like if you see that maybe they have alert command, put the little alert command in there. You might find a little surprise or something.
Okay. Um, yeah, I just feel like this is something that's kind of like important to speak on, not only for like viewership, because I feel like like whenever I started on Twitch, just was starting on Twitch, like being a viewer, being whatever. Like I didn't really know how what anything was like. Like I didn't know like what to do and what not to do. Sometimes going into a stream and there's already all kinds of people talking and like you tell they've been here, like it's kind of like
Yeah, it'd be
intimidating.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like start talking. And then also on the opposite end of the streamer, like sometimes maybe a streamer doesn't really know what to expect in terms of like the viewers and like what should go on and how things should go. I definitely think there's some type of unspoken like stream etiquette that like people just kind of follow. I don't really know where it comes from. That's why I don't know. That's why I just think it's good to like talk to people about it and see like what people's perspective is on it, and it
Yeah.
gives that inside scoop to people who are just stepping into it or just thinking about stepping into it.
Yeah.
Um I think that I have asked everything that I want to ask. Again, just because we switched topics, is there anything that you can think of that you want to like share, add, ask?
No, I think we covered everything, especially with the streaming.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Community.
Mhm.
Find you a community, y'all. Like
Right.
we wanna, even if it's just viewing or you just wanna play with the streamer or just connect, like find the community you like and just put yourself out there as a viewer or streamer or what you call them. Well, I guess the viewers to be wanting to play. So yeah, so either or, just find your community that you vibe with, that you connect with, and I swear it's gonna be fun.
Right.
It's gonna be amazing. Some communities out here amazing.
Yeah.
Like some communities, you talk to these folks every day, and if you don't, you be like,
What going
what's
on?
going on? What happened? You good? You straight?
Are you alive? Send a
Yeah,
sign of
you
life.
breathing? Me, I be on moon ass, y'all.
Just
Sorry.
give us a sign of life.
Yeah, some people like to disappear on you. So
I've disappeared one time, and that is very good for me.
you gotta tell people when you disappear.
You don't always plan to. Sometimes you don't even realize you did until it's day 4. Like, what do you
Mm,
want?
that's crazy. Community, y'all. Community. Find you a community.
Support
It
and
might take
accountability. Get somebody who's gonna be on your
mm-hmm,
ass.
me. Find you a me. I'm just playing.
She's
It's gonna
not
take a
playing.
couple of it's gonna take a couple of communities to get through. It might
Yeah.
it might not start off right, but I promise you, it's some people out there that's for you.
Hmm.
It's some real genuine people out here. Don't be letting just a little bad little situation just destroy everything.
Right.
It's people out here.
Right.
You just take the time to find them, or they'll find you.
Right.
Yeah,
Sometimes the first shoe you put on isn't the right size. And sometimes you think you bought a good shoe and you go home with it and you don't like them. So,
and they sit on the top of your closet and collect dust.
right, it's okay to not find stuff the first time. To find the
Hmm.
community the first time, to have the stream figured out the first time, to
Yeah,
whatever. It's okay to take a few steps to collect your trophy.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay, well, I think that that wraps up this episode of Bare Ambitions. Thank you for tuning in. Again, the series where we are speaking to streamers, small business owners, side hustlers, content creators, and flipping life focus to behind the camera to see what really goes into it. I'm Kai. This was Queen. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.